Okay, now that I'm inside my Google AdWords account, I'm going to go ahead and click on new online campaign here. I'm going to go ahead and start with my keywords. Okay, so this is going to start asking me some questions. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call this Acai Berry. Alright, I'm going to create an ad group. Alright, this is a group of campaigns. Basically, anyone in this ad group is going to get a specific, any keyword in this ad group is going to get a specific ad tied to it. Okay, so I'm going to call this by Acai Berry. Alright, I'm going to choose English. And I am targeting the United States, so I go ahead and click Continue. Alright, now it's going to ask me for the creation of the ad in this ad group. Alright, I actually want to match. I'm going to create an ad group for each of these keywords because I want to be that granular at first. I'm literally just going to make it by Acai Berry. The reason I'm going to do that is when someone's searching for by Acai Berry, I'm going to have something that's going to look relevant to them. All right, that's the first thing you're going to see is exactly what they're searching for. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say by Acai Berry. Get a risk, or I might even say at no risk. Okay. And then I also, since this is going to be a trial period, I'm going to just say trial, not trail, trial period available. Okay, so there we go. I didn't use the word free, and the reason why I didn't is because Google won't let you use it. There are specific different keywords that you're not allowed to use in your ad, different things. The other thing that you'll notice is the capitalization. I am not allowed to capitalize everything here. So I'm going to just actually take out the capitals unless it's an actual word that needs to be capitalized. Alright, now the display URL here is just going to be acaiberrytimes.com, and you can see how it's building my ad as I'm building it. Alright, however, there's a difference between your display URL and your destination URL. The difference is this: display URL is what people are going to see right here. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take them to that. What you're going to do is actually take them to a site. You can actually add tracking to your URL if you'd want to. We're going to talk about tracking a little bit later, but at this point you're going to want to have some way to track each time someone clicks on that. You can look in your Google account, and since you're only doing 3 words right now, it's perfectly okay just to use Google's tracking inside of the Google account. However, if you want to have something extra, there are tools that are available that allow you to track each of your keywords, and I'll tell you about those a little bit later. Alright, so now that I have this, I'm just going to hit continue. Alright, it's just going to go and say, okay, this is what it looks like, and it's also now going to ask me to choose the keywords for this specific ad. Now notice I have these in here. I want to go ahead, it says who will see your ad. When people search Google for the keywords you choose here, you can show this specific ad. Keywords must be directly related to your ad. In other words, you want to make sure that what your ad says matches the keyword itself. Alright. This also gives you some sample keywords based on the site, and you can choose any one of these if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take out both of these for now. Alright, but you would add a list of 20 or fewer keywords to this specific ad group. I could just use buy acai berry. I could also use acai berry buy. I could even put purchase acai berry if I wanted to. I'm just going to leave it to those three, and those three words are going to be in this ad group. Alright, go ahead and click next or continue. Now I'm going to set my pricing, and this is an important part of this because I'm going to have a daily budget, alright, and I'm also going to have the maximum CPC. In other words, maximum cost per click, the maximum I'm willing to pay for that keyword. Alright, now in this case I know that I'm a pretty poor person, so I'm in a lot of debt. I'm just trying to get out of debt or whatever. So you know what, I'm going to only get a little bit of traffic at first until I understand how this works. So I'm going to put $20 as all I'm willing to pay per day. Alright, my maximum CPC bid is going to be based on this keyword, on my keyword tool. Alright, so back here when I said acai berry and I got my keywords, just a minute, I'll have to get in there. You'll notice that it gave you a CPC right here. Alright, now buy acai berry was the average CPC for that was $1.75 per click. Okay, so that I know I'm paying quite a bit for that keyword. Alright, so if I want to go ahead and set the pricing for that, I know that if I even want to get any traffic, I need to at least have $1.75 here. Okay, content bid is going to be optional. The difference between a content bid and the search bid is the search network is when I go ahead and I click in and to google.com and I search for using their search bar. The content is if I want to go ahead and put my ads up on AdSense ads like this, like these folks have, I can be on the content network, and that's what the content network is. Alright, I'm just going to leave that blank for now on content network. However, content network can be very powerful, and so don't disregard it completely. Alright, go ahead and hit continue here. Okay, so this is going to show me where that's my campaign name, that's the language, that's the company, the country. That's the $20 a day that I'm doing. Here's my actual ad. The maximum I'm willing to spend is $1.75 per click right now. That doesn't mean it will spend $1.75 every time. In fact, what it'll do is it'll find, it'll give you kind of a range, and it'll try to get you the best price possible that it can get that for you to get the placements that you want. Now I can go ahead and add another ad group if I wanted to for my other two keywords, but for the purposes of this tutorial I'm just going to stick with this. I'm going to save my campaign. Alright, now it says my campaign is now active. All I need to do now is watch very closely. You're going to see the number of clicks come through, the impressions, meaning the people who actually saw your ad but didn't click, may or may not have clicked through. The click-through rate is the people who saw your ad and actually did click through, the rate of those people. The average CPC is the average amount you're paying per click, the cost and the average position that you're meaning based on Google's algorithms and your quality score of your site and the amount you're willing to pay per click. Google has placed you at these specific positions. Okay? Alright, so that is how to set up a AdWords Google PPC campaign.